What is up, guys? It's September 17, 2025, doing an emergency video for you guys. So what is going on? Well, the Federal Reserve has cut interest rates by 25 basis points and also gave us more clarity on what they're going to do by the end of the year. Essentially, they said that they're going to do 2 more cuts, so a total of 3 cuts by the end of this year. We've already got our first cut, so expect 2 more cuts going into 2026, and there will probably be more cuts in 2026. So what does this mean for Beeline, right? Well, it is extremely bullish for Beeline and the entire real estate market because the lower the rates means that the banks will start chasing for better yields instead of just parking their money in treasury notes or bonds, right? So banks are more eager to loan out to people, so people can use the loan to start businesses and buy real estate. Most people will find it easier to get loans from the bank to buy real estate. So this is why the lower the interest rate, the more stimulus the economy gets, because more people are able to get money from banks and invest it in real estate and invest it in businesses and whatnot, right? So essentially, what that means is banks will start giving money, allocating money to riskier endeavors. That also means that hedge funds and all these financial institutions will also start putting their money in more riskier asset types, right? So what does that mean? Well, if you look at the S&P 500, right, which tracks the largest, most blue chip stocks, right, the safe stocks, right, they're going down, right, or no change at all. And if you look at QQQ, which tracks the top best performing tech stocks, right, the safe stocks as well, right, they're all down, right? What does this mean? Well, if you look at IWM, what does this track? This tracks of small cap stocks. What does small caps mean, right? Well, small caps means that these stocks are good. It's robust enough to be in an index, but it still carries some risks to it, right? Compared to these blue chips indexes, right? So what we're seeing right now is the allocation is starting to shift, right? From the less riskier assets like inside the S&P and inside the triple Q, they're going into a little bit more riskier stocks, right? So the small caps. So you can see the fund allocation starting. It's going green by 1.45%, while the 2 indexes that tracks blue chip stocks are in the red or barely moving. So we can see the funds starting to migrate between these 2. And if you look at Beeline, Beeline is a micro cap. It doesn't even fit the definition of a small cap, right? Because its market cap is still so low. And as interest rate continues to go down, investors their risk appetite goes higher because money is easier to borrow. And since it's easier to borrow, you'd want higher return on your money, right? So as we see during COVID, when they're printing endless amount of money, all these risky stocks starts to moon, right? Even crypto like Farcoin and, well, not Farcoin, Farcoin was pretty new, but like Doge back in the day, it mooned like to $30 billion, right? So expect something like that to happen as interest rate continues to lower. Yeah, so generally, I think Beeline is extremely bullish still. If you look at just this past week, right, we've rallied about 100%, which is crazy. Extremely proud on what the team is doing and how they're executing. Again, the Beeline equity product is coming out on October, so that is something to look forward to. Regardless, I think the entire business model inside Beeline will start going up because of the better interest rate environment. So yeah, that's just my thoughts. So if we go to stock puts, let's see. Yeah, a ton of bullish sentiment. There's people averaging down still. I did also average up, believe it or not. There's also chatter going on X. I can't show you because, well, it's a secret. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyways, yeah, looking bullish. So just a quick update video. If you guys have any questions, put in the comments below. We could look at some of the competitors and how they're doing. Right. Let's see. Open, well, 9%, pretty good. OPAD, 10%. How about Air, which is the shittier version of Beeline? Okay, whatever. RKT, yeah, 2%. How about Figure? Yeah, Figure is also pulling back a little bit from the crazy rally it had since IPO, but yeah, I think Beeline is still have a long way to go to $1 billion. Not financial advice. Yeah, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe. Peace.